Hey YouTube, here's Heiko. I am down in my garage and I'm contemplating what to do. I have lots of things I would like to do, and a few things are just not really possible or not really fun to do these days. Here, let me show you real quick. Looking down onto my motorcycle, you can see I just pulled my airflow seat cover off and put a sheepskin seat cover on, which is made by Squoosh, SKWOOSCSH.com. This is natural sheepskin, plus there looks like a little bit of some foam and then some anti-slip and some mounting straps. We're gonna look at this sheepskin cover in a separate video, and we're gonna take it for a ride with a camera and all that, and then we're gonna go over this. But I would like to ride right now. I would like to take you guys on a little motorcycle ride in the Sierra Nevada mountain range somewhere, which is rider's paradise. But in a few seconds you will see why that is currently not advisable. So now, total vlogger style, I'm just talking to a camera instead of doing something. But yeah, I just wanted to show you around a little bit. So we're in front of my house. Now we're gonna walk out and I'm gonna let you see the sky. Oh, here, I'll let you see the sun too. Where's the sun? Where is it? It's there, it's up there. My head is in the way. Can you even see it? I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but that's the sun. It's covered. So what's going on here in Western Nevada? We are covered in smoke. So as you probably have already heard in the news, if you're watching cable TV news, the west coast of the United States is on fire. A couple of weeks ago there was a video on my channel here where I told you guys about the tamarack fire that started near the town of Markleeville in California, and that eventually burned, I want to say 300,000 acres. Maybe that number is wrong, don't quote me on that. Anyways, and that fire was really close, and for quite a while we had smoke and even the threat of the fire here in our neighborhood. Then the tamarack fire more or less got under control. I guess they're still monitoring it. There's still some stuff going on, but 300,000 acres, or was it 98,000 acres? Too many fires are going on here. So that's more or less under control. That's just south of my house. So here, let me check the mailbox as we're walking around. So that has been controlled and there's no smoke being emitted from this fire anymore. But then more recently a fire started. It's called the Caldor fire, C-A-L-D-R-O-N. And it started out in an area or a little town called Grizzly Flats. That's near Placerville, California. So that's between here and roughly Sacramento. Southwest of Lake Tahoe in the foothills, and that has exploded from like a 500-acre fire to multiple thousands of acres on fire, and it's slowly working its way up the hill towards the mountains, towards Lake Tahoe. Pretty much the entire surface area of this fire is in El Dorado County in California, and whenever the wind direction is great like this today, everything here is smoky. I mean, it smells like we're sitting on the wrong side of a campfire. So it's really not enjoyable to be outside. So there's currently no swimming for my kids in the backyard. We have a above ground pool. It's a torture to go outside and walk the dogs around the neighborhood. I'm living in a neighborhood which is kind of like a cul-de-sac in a way, because it only has one street going in. It's kind of a circle. One lap around the neighborhood is about a mile, so it's really nice to take your dogs out for a walk. But yeah, these days you better put on a respirator, or else you might get some lung disease from it. Yeah, and so we don't just have the cauldron fire. So if, let's say, the wind direction would switch from southwest to northwest of Lake Tahoe, geographically speaking, there is the Dixie fire complex, or what do they call it these days? Multiple fires have grown together, which is near the town of Beckworth, also California. And so whenever we have northwest wind, then we get the smoke from there. So it's lovely. So even though the flames are not threatening my house anymore, and we're not directly affected by the flames and the fire and the danger of losing your home and all that stuff, people here now live with this nastiness, with this smokiness, where yeah, you can't be outside. Ash is falling from the sky for weeks now. There's occasionally this one day where suddenly the sky is blue and there is no smoke anymore, and that's just because we had 5 minutes of east wind and it blew all away. But then just when you think it gets better, it gets worse. Hey guys, earlier you saw me walking around on my driveway and in our street. Now I drove to work. I have to be at work in a few minutes. I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to show you another location. So this here is the South Lake Tahoe Airport. We're literally in a basin, in the Lake Tahoe basin. We're surrounded by mountains and you can't see any of it. The airport has a weather station that reports aviation weather. It's currently reporting a 1/4 mile visibility. 1/4 mile. So I can almost not see the other side of the runway here right now. That's right behind me here. There's the runway, and across the runway are there's a fence and then a meadow where a little creek runs, and I can't see that part. So this is crazy weather. We're actually pretty close to the Caldor fire that I mentioned earlier, and I will insert a map here into this video to just give you a physical, like an idea geographically where I'm at currently and how close I'm actually to the scene of the action. So let's see. So brand names, don't want to show those. So kind of like that direction here behind me is a US 50 going over a mountain, and the top of the road there, the top of the summit, is called Echo Summit, and then past Echo Summit you're driving down US 50 towards Sacramento westbound, and then you're already pretty much in the voluntary evacuation zone. There is a webcam run by the US Forest Service that records video footage of the fire, and I will try to find some video clips that I can maybe insert right here, just so you guys get an idea what that looks like. Oh, look, the geese up there in formation flying past. They're probably lost. They can't see. Alrighty guys, I'll get some information together for you. If you live somewhere else in the United States, you have no clue what's going on here. Huge fire and huge smoke development. And hey guys, I have decided, in addition to the vlog style recording that I did in my driveway and here at the South Lake Tahoe Airport earlier, I want to give you a little bit of a more broad overview of the fire situation, especially the one that I am concerned about, the Caldor fire. So here the first chart or map that you're seeing is an aviation chart, and it just shows this is the South Lake Tahoe Airport. That's where I was filming earlier, showing pink or purple half-mile visibility and haze, and it's telling me that the next several hours it's all going to be smoky and poor visibility. All those red areas here are temporary flight restrictions for firefighting activities, flight hazard, flight hazard. This one here is a big one, and this is the Caldor fire. Now let's go over to InciWeb. Shows the United States and all the fires that have been recorded or reported in the recent past. A lot of those are already in the past. They have been contained. They are not active anymore, but I'll show you. So here is Lake Tahoe. Hello, Lake Tahoe. Here's the airport, and over here is where I live. The Caldor fire is this one. Currently 104,309 acres on fire, and it's only 5% contained. The other fire I was talking about earlier was the Tamarack fire. That affected my house about 2 weeks ago, where they told us, oh, you might get evacuated and whatnot. 68,000 acres, so almost 69,000 acres. 82% contained, so there's still some activity, but it's not threatening my house anymore, and I don't think it's producing much smoke either. So if we move in a little bit further, it shows you the outline of the fire. So this one here is going up the hill this way. Here's the Salt Lake Tahoe Airport, and here's the Tamarack fire. There are a few other really big ones that affect my area as well. This one here is the Dixie fire. So every time we have northwest wind, it blows all the smoke this direction and then also makes it to my house. So it's not very great. But there's more going on here on the west coast. I mean, half of the United States is on fire, as you can see. So now let's move over to, this is information shared by El Dorado County, which most of this fire is in, and they are sharing with their residents. The red area is the section where people have already been evacuated. The yellow area is the warning area or a voluntary evacuation, so it's probably good to have all your valuables already packed up. And they show road closures and caution areas and that kind of stuff. And here again, Lake Tahoe, and here's the airport from where I was filming earlier. And over here is where I live. Alright, and then let's go and take a look at some webcam footage. This webpage is pretty interesting, alertwildfire.org. You can check out all of those. InciWeb, inciweb.nwcg.gov. There you can look up information and outlines of all those fires. Skyvector.com is aviation weather. I don't know if that's interesting for you. El Dorado County Sheriff. This is a little bit longer web address here. But I think the El Dorado County Sheriff actually shares this with their residents on their webpage. So if you go to El Dorado County Sheriff, you can probably find a link to this. And then the alertwildfire.org, Greater Tahoe region. It shows you all the webcams here in this area, and there are tons of those. California has gazillions of webcams, more than any other state. And you can select those. Then it shows you this is live footage. It kind of time lapses, so it takes like a picture every, I don't know, few seconds. And it also has a replay function. So this one here is called the Armstrong Lookout. This is one of those fire watchtowers. If we go, let's say, 6 hours back, that drops us in 3:59, so almost 4 p.m. This afternoon, and you can see the fire activity and the smoke development. And then unfortunately this is a little slow moving here. I can't really grab it and just move it along. No, it doesn't help. So it just plays as fast as it does. Occasionally you see a little airplane here in the picture. They did a lot of firefighting with airplanes dropping fire retardant. So as you can see, lots of smoke. And then let's stop this real quick, and then we're going back to, let's say, 3 hours. 3 hours back. So that's right before sunset. Right around sunset you can see the glow of the fire a little better. So if we just give it a few seconds here, there was an airplane. Yeah, lots of firefighting activity with helicopters and airplanes, and of course ground forces. Lots of firefighters involved. So as you can see, sun is going down. Now it's 7:35 p.m. Now you can slowly see the glow of the flames there. So now it's almost 8 p.m. here on this video, or this time lapse. Date is right down there, the time. You can pull that all up yourself if you're interested. There are the flames. Here's the glow in the background. And then eventually the camera goes into night mode, which is monochrome. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, right there. So all night long we can look at those cameras here. There are a bunch of others that are kind of pointing in the right direction. For example, this one here, Sierra at Tahoe, that's a ski resort. You can see the flames in the distance. Close. This one here is the Bunker Hill. Nah, not much to see here. This is Big Hill Heli Spot, which is also a watchtower run by the Forest Service. Hello. Oh, here we go. You can see the flame, or the glow of the flames there in the background. And then what else? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Do we have any other good ones? Mount. What's that? Mount Dana here? Dana here? I have no idea. Even though cameras are pointed that direction, doesn't necessarily mean that we can really see. This is not focused, or else we would see more. Anyways, so now you have a pretty good overview over where that is, where the fire is, and you know what it looks outside, what it looks like outside with the smoke, and the size. I really like this one here. It really tells you a lot about the fire line, how far has it progressed, how close is it to my house, and those kind of things. Alrighty guys, I guess this will be enough for now. Cauldron fire. If you guys are interested, just pause the video, look at the web pages, check it out yourself, and get information about fires and whatnot. And yeah, thanks for watching, and you guys hang in there. I will see you in the next one. Bye.